Hi, we are from Group 8 for ECH 3201. We are going to discuss about crystallization and drying in downstream processing.
Introduction to downstream processing. Downstream processing is any treatment of culture brought after fermentation to concentrate and purify products. Downstream processing is the phase of biomanufacturing typically considered to begin with crude product and finishing with a highly purified and appropriately concentrated product for formulation and packaging. Biotechnological products include whole cells, organic acid, amino acids, solvents, antibiotics, industrial enzymes, therapeutics, proteins, and vaccines. This is the diagram of downstream processing. These include crude product and then cell disruptions. After that, the removal of insoluble, and then the fourth one, product recovery, and then purify the product, and finally, it comes to packaging, and the final product become the finished product and delivered to the market.
What is crystallization? Crystallization is a process where a solid forms where the atoms or molecules are highly organized. It's capable of producing bioproduct at very high purity. So there are two applications such as crystallization for polishing and purification. Polishing is a process needed to put the bioproduct in its final form for use, such as antibiotic that we usually use in crystalline. So this one is step for purification process. That we can see the third stage is intermediate purification, that we remove all the impurities. So the final application is crystallization for crystallography. It is used to determine the arrangement of atoms in the crystalline solid. So we use various methods such as S3 crystallography. So this one is the example of S3 crystallography of protein that we can see at the protein structure. We can see the in 3D.
So hello guys, today I'm going to talk about method in crystallization. So the first method is by using slow evaporation. We need to prepare a nearly saturated solution, then put it into a container with cover, but we need to not cover it too tightly because we need to allow it to evaporate. Finally, it will become a crystal. The second one is by using slow cooling. By using slow cooling method, we still need to prepare a nearly saturated solution and put it into a container and then heat it in a water bath. And then we need it to become cooling down. We need it to cool down slowly, and finally they become a crystal. The third one is by using a binary solvent system, which consists of two, solvent and precipitate. The solvent, which is soluble in the liquid with higher boiling point, and the precipitate will not soluble in the liquid, which has the lower boiling point. When we heat it, the precipitate will evaporate and diffuse into the gas phase, into the solvent, leading to oversaturation, nucleation, and finally crystallization. So the finally is by using binary system difference entry, liquid-liquid diffusion. We need use a concentrated solution, transfer a small volume of liquid with a higher specific density. Over the time, the two solvents will be mixed and a crystal will form. That's it. Thank you from me.
For the drying process, drying is a means removal of relatively small amount of water from processed material and other substance. And drying is very different from the evaporation, because evaporation is removal of large amount of the water from the material. And drying also used to refer to removal of other organic liquids such as benzene or organic solvent from solid. And the water that removes is usually as a vapor by air, and the drying is commonly the last stage in the manufacturing process before packaging. And for application of drying process, there are many applications of drying process in our daily life. For example, in the pharmaceutical, it was used to make a drug, antibiotic, medical ingredient, and additive. And the second one, for the food, it was used for the produce for milk powder, coffee, tea, spice, and flavoring. And for the industrial, it was used for the ceramic material, catalyst, pot, and paint pigments. Okay, that's all.
Now I'm going to talk briefly about mechanism in drying. Drying is governed by principles of transport of heat and mass, and it is a diffusional process in which the transfer of moisture to the surrounding medium takes place by the evaporation of surface moisture. And as soon as some of the surface moisture vaporizes, more moisture is transported from the interior of the solid to its surface. There are many methods of drying. This includes spray drying, which is rapidly drying material with a hot gas producing a dry powder. And there's freeze drying, which is freezing the material and then reducing the surrounding pressure, making frozen water sublimate directly to gas. And there's also drum drying, which is drying raw ingredients at relatively low temperatures over rotating high-capacity drums. These are the diagrams of the drying methods that were mentioned. In conclusion, crystallization and drying are important in downstream processing, seeing that they are commonly used in the finishing and polishing stage.